Good people, good evening, good morning. I hope where you are right now, you're having a day of your lifetime. Your life is happening as you see this. Even if you don't see it, I know life is happening for everyone. Every minute counts, every second lost counts, every second invested counts. Um, I've been going through my notes, and for the people I've taught, I've realized that somewhere everyone is making a mistake. You're making this mistake, everybody is making a mistake. Everyone. And it's so bad that human beings have the will to do what they want. They are not like animals. They are not trained to do something. If you check the animals, like the eagle is the best animal to take maybe lessons from. What the eagle does, it lays eggs, actually at the highest place it can find. And when it lays eggs, the eggs hatch. When those kids up, those little birds, it's the work of the mother eagle to train them to fly. What do? When they reach at the age of flight, these young ones are afraid of trying their first step from the nest. So what does the mother eagle does? The mother eagle pushes them out of the nest. And the mother eagle drops first, and at the first few days, it's able to hold the baby eagle before it lands. So during that flight, this young one withdraws, the fear withdraws. First of all, when you're doing something, you have that fear, But it gives its chance for it to use its own wings, to try its own wings. So by time they are trained on flight, after some time, 1 week or 2 weeks, this young one finds it easy to let go of fear and start trying its wing and flying. But if the mother eagle does not train, if the mother eagle wants to hold its kids and don't teach them how to fly, they will be like chicks, they will be like chicken. They will never know how to fly. The difference between an eagle and a chicken is the eagle trains its young ones how to fly. That's the difference, and you have to understand that. So teaching without training or testing is useless. The Bible says faith without action is dead. And now I'm going to add that teaching without training is dead. Someone said that we are training our dogs, but you're not training our kids. You train your dogs. At night you rock your dogs. You don't train your kids. At night you let your kids go. What's that, man? So you train your dogs on how to guard you, but you don't train your kids for the future. You have a sales team in your office, and you don't train them. You have just given work, you have given them equipment, you have given them airtime, but you don't train them. Then you're doing a zero work, and that's what I'm here for. If you have a team right beside you, or you're working with a team, they don't know how to do sales, they don't know how to talk to customer, you need to look for a coach to train them. You have given everything. If you are not a chef, you can be given all the ingredients to make a bread. But because you lack the training on how to bake that bread, even if you are given all the best appliances, electronic and appliances, you will never know how to make that bread, even if you're very sharp. So, teaching without training is wasting your time. Teaching without testing, it's wasting your time. Before God, for the Christians who are watching this, before God, wanted to use Jesus, what did he first do? He trained them the way of Judaism or the Judaism, or the Jewish. And before he started his mission, he had to be tested. God had to test that guy. Let's go back to the story of Moses. Moses had to learn all the ways of the Egyptian. That's why God made a miracle for that kid, for that Moses to be trained in Egypt so that he can liberate them, so that he can be able to think like the Egyptians think, so that he can be able to read and write. What does that show you? God doesn't want to use a fool, but he's only a fool who goes to a pool full of water, takes some books on how to float on water, go and see people swimming and thinks that he knows how to swim. That's a fool. A fool is a person who watches people doing training, people lifting weight to lose their body weight, or their body mass, and he thinks by looking at them, he's training himself, he's losing weight. That's a fool. I hope you understand. That's a fool. So, you need training. Training, when you have training, then you have consistency, you have the results. You might have the training, you might know how, but if you don't do it, it's also a breakdown, it's a failure. You know, training and consistency and application and action gives you results. But the difference between results, one person in a company makes 10 million, another guy makes 5 million, 10,000, 20,000, is sacrifice. Sacrifice and consistency. So first of all, you have the training. If you have a company is not making its mandate, is not able to get its target, you need me to coach those people. You know? So don't give people a platform and you don't give them probation, you don't coach them. Even if you give probation, make sure you coach those get them guys, you know. When the best footballers in the world, you all know them. What do? When they are young, they are taken to a training camp. Do they go there to be shown how to wear or how to talk? No, they are shown how to dribble the ball, to control the ball, control the mind, have the physique, have the muscles, have the pace, know how to handle people one-on-one. That's what it is. Training is very important. It's very important. The process of success, I can say, is knowledge. It starts with data. You analyze the data. It gives you knowledge. It gives you wisdom. Wisdom is put down in training. There comes time management, consistency, discipline. The next word before success is sacrifice. You only get what you sacrifice for. Then you get success. So, make sure if you have a team, make sure you're able to coach them, to train them, to watch them make mistakes. Be like an ego, be a leader, not a boss. Do it by example. If yourself, you just have money to invest and your team is fading you down, you need coaches, you need trainers. Trainers who are not naive. Trainers know who they are doing. You don't need motivation for you to change your situation. You know, you don't need motivation speakers for you to have a breakthrough what you're going to do. You need a trainer. I am not a motivational speaker. I am a trainer. And if I train you, I'm not easy on you. I'm going to be hard until you get what is supposed to be done. You know? So, make sure you teach. If you have your kids when they are born, the first teacher they meet is their mother. Before they know their father, they have their mother. They copy their habits, the parents. If you have kids below the age of 7, between 3 years of age and 7. Make sure you teach them generosity, hard work, and make sure when you teach them how to work, make sure you give them a reward. Dogs are trained mostly on rewards. They are taught on scarcity, but when it achieves something, it's given a reward, a meal, something it likes. So make sure you train any person who is below you. If you cannot train any person who is below you in the hierarchy of occurrence of things, make sure you look for a coach who knows what he's doing, and make sure he's hard on that person until that person gets to the right way that you want him or her to be, so that that person can deliver. Do you know if you have a car and that car does not take you where you want, when you want it, it's useless. When you have a phone that does not give the results that you're waiting for, it is useless. Having employees in your firm that doesn't give you results is useless. So you need a coach. You need a coach. Make sure if you need a coach, especially if you have a team that does sales, just give me 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you have to understand this. The nature is not for the weak. The weak falls down during the winter because they are weak, and you have new ones. The world always, or the nature always punishes the weak. The nature always renders the weak poor. That's it. And let me tell you, when you see that you're growing old, when you see women who are expectant, know that you're becoming weak and your time is nearing. Know that you're becoming weak and your time is nearing. Because there are new ones which are being born, who are being born. When trees have seedlings and they start to germinate, that tree doesn't have a very long lifetime. Because the new ones are more superior, are more better. So make sure you live according to your time. Know the time frame that you're living in. Don't have that weak character because the world is going to eliminate you. The nature eliminates the weak. Don't be the weak link. Don't be the first person to be cut out of an employment. Don't be the first person in your organization or your own company to close the doors. When other people, when you're opening the business, some of the premises or opening their business, you got to go hard on training and delivering. You have to be consistent. But most important thing I usually say is sacrifice. Sacrifice. You only get 90% back of what you sacrifice. Input is relevantly related to output. If you put more, you get more. If you put more firewood, you get more heat. Don't ever forget that. Training, then actions, sacrifice, discipline, and you're going to get the result. But you don't need a motivation speaker for your business. You need a trainer, a person who knows what he's doing. If you have an army that is weak in training, they are going to bleed during the war. They are going to bleed in the battlefield. So train your soldiers. Make sure your soldiers are able to push whatever is the circumstance. If you want to have a team of soldiers that are going to fight back for you, your battles, you need to inbox me and I'm going to deliver that. Have a good day.